Hey, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking about, I just find it interesting how during the Biden administration, no one really complained. The only people that really complained was the Trumpers. Trumpers were the only people that complained, that saw the issues with the economy. Nobody complained. It seemed like the Democrats were all in favor of open borders, illegal migrants, spending the tax dollars recklessly on illegal immigrants, on Ukraine, and just Biden just giving money away. No one seemed to have a problem with that. No one had a problem with the economy being out of control. As a matter of fact, they were saying that the economy was doing good. We had high prices. Eggs were up because everybody's talking about eggs. Eggs were up. Gas prices are off the chain. There were people that were paying like $10 a gallon for gas. And very few people I heard complain, but no one went against Biden. No one went against the Democrat Party. Not even the Republicans. And see, that's the thing that really upset me, was because of the fact that the Republicans were allowing all of this to take place. Now, when the Republicans had the House, the Senate, you know, when they were holding all the cards, the few Democrats were able to wreak havoc on Trump. Just a few of them. But at the same time, it's like, now that the Republicans were few, they were completely helpless, man. They couldn't do nothing against Biden. They were allowing things to take place. You know, no one complained. And I've always asked questions like, why wasn't anyone complaining about the high gas prices, the high food prices? There were videos I made of just showing how much we were paying for food. You know, I can go into the store, man, with $100 and I only walk out with like a very few items. This is during the Biden administration. And no one complained. No one seemed to have a problem with that. But now that Trump is in office, now you have all of these bogus lawsuits. Keep in mind, there was no lawsuits during the Biden administration. But all this stuff that was happening, all these illegal migrants, you know, these sanctuary cities, and no one complained about that. There was no lawsuits, very few, if any. But now that Trump is in office, and now he's trying to correct the problem that Biden made, that was made by the Democrats. And I'm not going to just say Biden because there was a shadow government. Somebody was running the country behind the scenes, because even then, you know, people were questioning, like, you know, who's the president, who's actually running the country. Nobody knew who was running the country. But we just knew that, you know, we were paying for all of the illegal migrants. The voting that took place, man, them stealing elections and votes. You know, they had dead people voting. Illegal migrants were voting, and Doge just uncovered that. Doge just uncovered the people, illegal migrants, that were given dead people Social Security numbers, and they were allowed to vote. All of these, you had American citizens that were homeless. You had people that was denied social benefits, Americans, taxpayers. And if they were given any social benefits, it was like very little. But you had illegal migrants that was given debit card, EBT cards, with $15,000 a month on it. And no one complained about that. So now that Trump is trying to correct the problem, that was made by Biden, now he's a horrible person. He's destroying the economy. All of these so-called experts, economists are coming out of the woodwork saying what tariffs are going to do and how tariffs is going to destroy the economy and how American people are going to suffer like American people hadn't been suffering already. Like they hadn't been suffering already. They've already been suffering, right? But nobody complained about it. So now they're putting all of the works, the damage that Biden had done, the Democrats, they're now putting all of that damage on Trump. They're saying that he's responsible for the high prices of eggs, although they're saying that the price of eggs came down 60-something%, right? Gas prices came down because I just bought gas not long ago, right? So the prices are slowly going down, and for some reason they think that because Biden was able to destroy the country overnight, Trump is going to fix it overnight, which that's not going to happen. You know, we may see like little results here and there, but it's going to take time for this country to recover, man, because the Democrats have really done damage to this nation. And while they were doing damage, no one complained. But now that Trump and Elon Musk is trying to repair what was destroyed, they're now attacking Trump and Elon. They're attacking Elon's business. You know, they're allowed to do this. And again, why there's nothing being done? These people are doing it fearlessly. They're fearlessly destroying Elon Musk's business, just terrorizing, you know, attacking Tesla owners. And I guarantee you, if someone decide to, and I hate saying this, but social media would remove me if I talk normal, but if someone end up pew-pewing, and I can't stand saying that, but if someone decides to pew-pew to defend their property, then they're going to be looked at as the evil person, as violent. They're going to want to lock up these people for protecting their own property. You know, you had people that were like taking over people's homes, squatters, and the police couldn't do anything about that. The real homeowners couldn't put them out, because if they went in there forcefully and forcefully took back their home, they would become criminals. That's the system. But I think what's going on here is you find that the majority of the people that's in opposition against Trump repairing the economy, or the Trump's America First agenda, these are people that are immigrants. They've immigrated here. They migrated here in time past, or maybe they're anchor babies. You know, their parents had migrated here, or their grandparents migrated here, and now they're growing up and they're saying, oh, I want to change things. Well, they have the mindset of the place or the places that their parents fled from. So now they want to make America the same place that their ancestor fled from to come to America. They want to take away or destroy the freedoms of America. But they're doing it in the name of, I'm an American citizen, which in reality, they're anchor babies. You know, that's what I think is happening, man, because the people that we see now that's protesting against Trump and Trump supporters, I've never seen people like this before, man. These are some new, this is some new stuff that's happening, right? So it's wild to me, because no one ever complained when when Biden was destroying the nation. Now that Trump is trying to fix it, he's the bad guy, And he's made to look like the person that put America in the condition it is today. So now Trump is being blamed for the high cost of living. Trump is being blamed for the economy being the way it is. And all he's trying to do, along with Elon Musk, is trying to expose the fraud and fix America. All of these nations that claim to be allies were taking advantage of America, and now the allies are lashing out against Trump, using the American system, because there's a lot of Democrats that's in position of power, judges, that's going to take side with America's so-called allies, friends, which the allies were also taking advantage of America, charging America high tariffs. So now Trump is saying like, okay, whatever you charge us, we're going to charge you. I think that's fair, because if you call yourself a friend, you're not going to try to rip off America like that. You know, you're not going to charge America these high tariffs, and then when Trump say, okay, I'm gonna charge you 25% tariffs, and you charging 200 or 300% tariffs, and now you want to cry because now he's taking away, you know, your hand out of America's pockets. Now it's like, okay, well, we're supposed to be friends. Friends ain't supposed to do that. But look what the so-called friends have been doing to America. I think it's crazy, man. The stuff that I see happening now is insane. It's not normal. And like I said, you see these so-called Americans that's, you know, lashing out against Trump. They're anchor babies. Their parents migrated here from other places, and now they're trying to make America like the place they fled.